Well, we're going to get into it. I think we've resolved it. It's time for some activity. And, of course, my name is Sadokist. Alongside me is Hank G.
Hank G, he's in the house, and he's ready for a good game of Counter-Strike.
Hank G, the Yankee.
Yeah, that works. FaZe versus NRG. I would say, if you were to be a money down, you'd say FaZe are going to be the stronger team, the favourites, some would say. But you have to remember, NRG gave NIP a run for their money yesterday. The favorites, yeah, that sort of works. We've done the knife. It's Dust2. I do favour FaZe, but like I said, NRG, a team with a big heart. But sometimes big hearts break easy. And
I don't have a heart, so I don't know anything about it.
You just exist.
Yes, I do.
3 sets of armor for NRG starting on the T side here. We'll get some game sounds going in a second as well. And it's going to be 2 smokes, flashbangs. We need to get in that game. Here it is. Let's go.
Well, we're in that game, and that game has Jacob pushing up the catwalk. Aggressively on the CT side, but down below it's going to be a blunder. It kills up an absolute flurry. As the T's start to fight back, taps him with 1, but he's the only one to get a kill so far as Alu gets Peter. Jacob finally pops back out to take Tabson down, and it's on to Legia. And Legia inside of the lower tunnels, bomb down in mid, 3 players staring him down. That's it all to do with 4 HP as well. Quick little pop flash down. No one's going to move on that. Kerrigan as well inside the B site, watching to make sure he can't wrap back around and go toward that position. As such, Alu will get the final kill, and FaZe are up by 1.
But yeah, aggressive play from the CTs there. Pretty standard stuff for them, but NRG were willing to challenge it. They were ready to face at the start there, but it was Jacob and Alu finding kills there with the USPs, and it's going to be 1-0 here on the CT half. No bomb planted, so NRG will be able to force buy into the second round. It's going to be a scout for Legia. It's a weapon I've seen he's got a lot, actually, you know. I think he was actually main AWPer when Peter was not able to attend that counter bit event, if you remember. He's actually pretty decent. So we saw him use the scout quite a lot there. He was doing pretty well. Anyway, let's get into this one, shall we? There are going to be, well, I think we've got 2 deagles there, a Tech-9 and a CZ. They have 1 smoke. Normally most of these sort of buys end up towards short. You try and maybe run boost or smoke towards catwalk, flash over and try and get the bomb down towards short. It's the easiest way to get a bomb plan down. CTs won't normally challenge that position. They'll be waiting in CT spawn on the A ramp. And let's see whether Rain, who is in that CT spawn position, can hold them off as they make their way towards short.
Jacob's backing away from the smoke that's deployed at long. He's going to play the corner position on the blue dumpster, and with Tabson, Peter both heading in that direction. Not a bad position to be in. Peter starts to get toward the cave. No one up close, no one to see the shadow. He'll check the corner anyway. That shadow position would have given it away sooner than that. Jacob's going to get aggressive on this. He actually gets caught in the open as a result. Changes his mind late. It catches him off. Tabson now, and Fugly is going to follow up at Alu. Now they're down significantly as well. 5 versus 3.
Yeah, absolutely. The bomb will be planted on the A side as well. We said Rain had to be the difference maker here, and he actually can't find anything as of yet. Gobley's low, but Rain's now dead. Taps in and blows his head off. I would say he's the star player for NRG. Now will be at 5-on-2. AZ dead, and Carrick, the last player remaining. He'll be towards short. So after FaZe win the pistol convincingly, they don't find a single kill on the second round. It's a force buy from NRG, sure, but that's normally quite a low percentage chance to actually win those ones. They can't even find a single kill. That's FaZe, and are they going to force buy in return? That's the question.
Seemingly not.
Oh,
but we'll see if that's going to be truth or not. Yeah, no, they don't. They go for a couple pistols, but not really much. AZ goes for armory, so he puts a little more into the pot than the rest of them.
He's all in.
Yeah, he's down to 100. You're right. Jacob with armor as well. They go low, whereas Kerrigan and Alu stay at 1,700. 1250. I did that in reverse order, so it's Kerrigan at 1250. Molotov goes over toward the car. No one's going to be pushed out from that. Tapson just making absolutely sure of it. Don't need to make a careless mistake as to walk past someone. Flashes go out as well. That should just get far enough to catch off Jacob. It does. He's blinded completely. Tries to fire blindly, as it were, and he'll go down. So too will Rain and Alu. Alu burning alive. It's going to leave it AZ and Kerrigan, rotating back around from the B site. And, well, AZ with armor may just want to sit this one out, and he looks to do so towards T-spawn.
Yeah, well, it wasn't much of a force buy from FaZe, but a couple of players fully invest. They won't be able to buy into the next round, of course, but Carrigan and AZ trying to save what they have here. It's going to be Carrigan waiting outside long doors. He's only got a PT-50. AZ probably wants to save the CZ and head armor. He'll be waiting outside the B tunnels. Actually, with a very deep position at that point, hoping someone will run into his crosshair. Not meant to be there, because all 5 players for NRG towards long will be running off towards the pits, sticking together, using the buddy system, and making sure they get out safely. Bomb will explode momentarily.
Kerrigan waiting behind the door for anyone to go through. Not a bad position considering the pistol he's got, but no one's going to. Smartly don't want to give anything up. They know the situation.
Yeah, nothing given away, so why even hunt for it? It's fine. It will be round number 4 here. NRG. Decent start after losing the pistol as well. It has to be another eco here for FaZe Clan. AZ, similar situation though. Still has his CZ and head armor. They get 2 HE grenades. Will they go for any particular stack here? Normally you can nade for those mid doors if you wanted to cross. They're not going to be doing just that. They're actually going to be using those towards the long doors it seems, but no one waiting to receive them.
Fugly at the B tunnels. Corner. Good spot from Tabson. Just sees it. I had the X-ray off on my screen. That was very little to look at. He actually hits the shot. Reactions. Puts it now 5-4. That's going to do a whole lot more at the door. AZ goes down to 49, but he catches off Legea, who looks away for a flash. He's already too committed at that point. They didn't realize AZ was that close, so as such, they get a kill in return. AZ's not able to pick up the weapon, though. He's rotated back, in fact, to CT, which then can push Rain, who has full HP still, essentially 99, toward long.
4-4. Teased with a pretty significant advantage still. AZ was unable to pick up a weapon at that point. Double Molotovs towards the A side, one in the A ramp as well. And we'll see whether they can actually get on here cleanly. There will be CTs waiting on the A ramp. I think that's actually going to be Jacob. He's only got the silent USP though. Gonna have a tough time taking down these terrorist players as Tabson finds a kill on AZ. Peter in turn finds Jacob as well. So 4-2. Rain and Ali remain, but low HP and just pistols. Rain finds one kill with a PT-50, but that's about it. 3-1. And now this is where things get interesting. We should see Ali bring out the AWP. Dust2. I would say it's not ridiculous to suggest it's his best map. I think he's very good on cash as well. But I like him on Dust2. I think he's very confident and assertive. We'll see whether he can live up to the expectations here in round number 5.
Peter, AWP, looking immediately toward the doorway. Back spot. He wants to try and hit the jumpers. Right? Did he hit AZ? He's on 65. I think he must have caught him. I didn't quite catch that, but the nade deployed. It was low instead that they went. Good guess and reaction from Peter, but 65, how would that would have been a leg shot through the door. Is that mathematically correct?
It was a scout, right? Oh, they had a scout at the start of the round.
So it must have been the scout that hit rather than the AWP. That makes sense.
Yeah, there was a
That's more believable. I was watching Peter's perspective, and speaking of Peter, it's not him, it's Alu with an AWP. Same weapon. You can understand the transition as he gets the shot from Carr. No smoke out. They wanted to go for the dry peek, and now they'll go a little bit further with that smoke. It gets them closer to the quad position, but Alu's backpedaled away. He's looking toward long to cover that off. Instead, it's Rain to pop back up. One already inside of the smoke, a second on the edge of it. He pops for a third, but Fugly's there. It's Alu to immediately return it as he's gone back to Carr, covering the catwalk, and he'll close the round. Very well controlled from FaZe.
Alu and Rain stepping up there, especially Alu. He finds 3 kills, opened it up as well, fell back, and then the terrorist just ran into the crosshair of Rain coming out of that smoke. It wasn't much of an execution towards the A side, just trying to use a couple of flashbangs and just kind of test the waters, I guess, and see what is going to be the setup presented to them by FaZe there. But you have to say, Carrigan, when TSM or Stralis.
That's better.
Okay. Were the best. Dust2, they're probably the most formidable CT side because of how reactive they were. They said on the desk, they're now playing exactly what Carrigan once is. So maybe we can see some of that glory come back. Who knows? As we go into round number 6, you did point it out. Peter through the door takes down AZ.
Speaking of through the door, Ali will spot one on the other side, trying to put him in a better position, himself in a better position. That's Tabson. Gobby's going to come back down catwalk as well, get closer to the corner and see if he can't help support the situation. But he's setting for a nade right now on toward the A site, and he's getting a little bit closer to the stairwell. Peter slowly bringing the bomb up as well. Kerrigan isn't in a position to try and peek that and catch it off. Tabson and he do a little bit more of exchange, but Kerrigan crucially has crossed over towards CT. And where Rain's playing Goose, Chickum's playing long, there is no car position this time for Alu. He's at B, trying to change things up.
Well, AZ still going to be the only players dropped for now. We can see NRG making their way towards A, trying to get some short control right now. Got B, this could be a fake. He's actually smoked towards long crosshead. He's falling back as well. I think the mid-split will be coming in, considering he's a player in the tunnels as well. That's Legea.
And Legea's out. Alu can't find him just yet. He's still on the back platform with that AWP. Oh. What a shot, Legea, as he gets in. Takes him down immediately. Kerrigan, I said crucially, had crossed over to play more of a support role on A. With the fake on B, they have to save already because this is one gun and done. NRG's going to reset them after a 3-round spread.
Yeah, Legea did some great work there. It was a nice little fake you could see towards that A side. He was actually Gold B got towards short. He smokes towards the crossover area, flashes as well, drops a Molotov on the side. It's enough as their teammates are getting ready to go towards the mid doors, but Legia does all the work there. Sneaks in towards the B side. Alu's at the back platform as well. The smoke is enough. Just as Alu looks away, he sneaks into the side and actually manages to get a lovely shot there. And look at the T's, they're going hunting. They want to challenge the CTs who are saving. They know how big it will be if they do take the weapons out of their hand. It's Rain, Jacob and Carrigan to defend. Surely this is a kill. It's sloppy. Legia can't hit the shot this time, and Carrigan takes him down. Legia, I'm sorry, that was on a plate for you. Just poor aim, and that scenario means he can't find the frag. This could be expensive now for the T's. Gonna have to fall back.
Fall back. Indeed, they do. They do not go for any further kills. It's going to make it another round for NRG, though. 4-2, doubling up on FaZe's early score. Everyone with a kill in this game. As we get a quick look at the scoreboard from either Heather or DJ or Rushley. I'm not sure who. I wonder if Tab will tell me.
No, it says both of them.
It says both of them. Write it in, right? I know you wanted to. That would be something Rushley would do. Sapphire. She's smart. She's not obnoxious and covers up the entire map like Rush would, but either way, it's onto the B site. Fugly's got one immediately and trades back Kerrigan as AZ did open it up, and AZ tries to go crazy up close, but can't quite do it. And Peter, good fast reaction shot onto Jacob. And a little bit of lag coming in either way. It's a 4 versus 2 inside of the sites. It's going to be closed out. Tabson and Fugly the ones to do the honors without losing another body. So 4 players stay alive, 5-2, and FaZe Clan now will have guns brought up, but it's a desperate buy. Double op, sure, but it's 2 FAMASas in there as well. And Kerrigan's glass cannon.
But double AWP setups, especially Carrigan, that's quite a good note for this team. That was something they were struggling with when we had Kiyoshimi here. Obviously, he was lacking the secondary AWP. It was AZ that had to take the role out of the necessity more than anything. Now they have got someone who definitely does fit the secondary AWP role nicely, and just as I mentioned it, he gets the first shot as well. Peter goes down. His teammates, though, will be trying to avenge him as they make their way in towards the side.
Ooh. Little transitions between the two as we go back and forth. Kerrigan hits one shot, it's another shot. Legia is down that glass cannon, looking lovely. Tapson's trying to find it behind the barrels, and Kerrigan pulls it off. 4 kills in the B site, and FaZe get yet another round.
That's quite nice, isn't it? After I build it up, he gets a nice little 4K in the B site. Good work from Kerrigan, and like you said, glass cannon as well. Big round for FaZe to pick up. Hasn't quite broken the money of NRG just yet, but 3 AKs and a UMP. Peter does have the AWP though. We'll see whether he can start going toe-to-toe with the likes of Alu. Alu actually will be boosted up towards short this time. He likes to go aggressively. He's very confident in his play style. He won't be boosted up towards lower B. It is facing towards top and middle, straight up. And not going to find anything for it. Decides to fall back. He sometimes smokes towards lower B and actually allows himself to stay a bit longer, but that Xbox smoke actually allows him to maybe outstay his welcome. Let's see what he can do here.
Well, with a decent angle indeed, and he's going to find one. Peter jumps immediately out.
Into his
down he goes. Yep, very, very simply done. Tabson, Gobby now starting to push up to catwalk, and Alu's gone back to the drop shot position. Misses the shot, but gets the drop. It means he's back into safety, but if they go quick enough, oh, Tabson could have caught him on the ramp. There's no one to support him from the car. That could have been lethal. Alu knew it, so he stayed with his aim directed toward that position, hoping someone would drop into him, but no one did.
5 and 4. We still have execution potential here. You need 3 smokes to do a base execution. 4 is ideal. Flashbangs and Molotovs available as well, so Gobby drops the smoke on the catwalk. They could just try and get down towards CD spawner with the flashbang and see players with their backspace as well. Not going to be dropping down at all, actually just going straight up. This is quite simple once again, and Alu, he's just loving this. This is his bread and butter. Finds 3, burnt alive towards the end, but Legia, he'll be the last man remaining. Alu's stamped his mark on this round, I have to say. That the execution, that wasn't good enough for them. That's Alu on the A round, waits for the flashes to come in, just picks them off one by one.
It's a shame he went down in the flames because the ace was very, very close to being a reality. Like, he has now got a chance to go back at it. As he picks up his 2nd kill, AZ the one to drop, but at this point in time, 19 seconds, bomb down the A site. He's just going to try and save it. Kerrigan over toward B. Is he going to be looking in the right direction? It looks like he's watching out toward mid. He's going to hear him coming in now, though. This should. Kerrigan plays this right. Be a kill. Goes for the no-scope. That's a bit of a mistake, I must say. Legia makes him pay for it as well. Lovely shots, I have to say, coming out from him, but back-to-back rounds, we've seen the AWP do the bulk of the work. 8 kills for the double op setup over the last 2, over the 2 op players as well, 4 each.
Well, Legia doesn't win the round, but he takes down some very expensive scalps there for the CTs. They have to reinvest into this round, have to buy another AWP as well. They do get a decent buy coming forward. The position they'll be in the future will be a little bit more difficult. So NRG, very similar storyline for them. They save an AWP, they're going to force into this, try and see what Peter can do with the AWP. Here we're going towards the B tunnels. He's got a little bit of backup there, trying to get the fast pick towards the platform there, but no one going to be challenging him just yet. As I say that, Carrigan, this time, he's the one to jump into the crosshair. It's Peter that capitalizes. They won't be able to pick up the weapon, but they have the man advantage for now.
Alu pushed forward to the doors, looking for someone to rotate into lower and get caught.
This is the kind of round that the A executes perfect for. They have the smokes, the flashbangs, I was about to say the pistols as well, but Peter goes down to the hands of Alu, and that's the AWP dropped. Is it able to be picked up as of yet?
Yeah, Gobby's got it. They rotate back through T-spawn. Alu's not refacing. Now he does. Tabson gone as well. What is this game? We're not seeing any rifle kills. This is just straight up AWPs. Aside from a Molotov kill, we've now had, let me do the math here quickly, 4, 4, 8, 3. Okay, finally we got a rifle in there, but then 2. So what's that, 11 kills from the AWPs before a rifle got back involved? Legia's got a pistol on top of it, so as soon as I say it, it changes, but still a remarkable string of AWP kills on the map as Legia and Gobby, bomb in the hands of Gobby, are going to go back toward middle, and Alu still staring that down.
Still a chance for NRG to do this. Yes, it's a 3-on-2, but Legia with the AWP. We saw what he could do in the previous round, smoke towards Xbox this time, and they tried to go towards short. They have got a little bit of utility left over as well. The AWP's the main part of this outfit, though, as they go out towards that area. Could go back towards mid, just use that smoke as a veil. But you can see Alu has spotted them now. Doesn't manage to inflict any damage just yet, but he's going to try and slow them down the best he can. The A side's actually pretty open, you know. You can see Rain, he's all the way down towards long, so this will be a retake if NRG decide to go toward A and short, but there's a player along as well.
You can't miss those shots, Rain.
Well, he gets away with it.
That could have been costly. Galby's going to get a plant coming in now out of this, at least for his team, to continue building money, but FaZe is going to tie this back up. Alu, the one to hit the shot. Third in the round for him again this time. And we'll go 5-5.
You could see what they're trying to build up at that point. Towards long, send the AWP out, get it in the pit. They can somehow get a long plant down. It's ambitious. But had maybe the gear got that kill towards long, that was the round one. But Rain gifts him something there, and he couldn't take it. It's going to be 5-5. FaZe tie things up, I should say. It's getting a little bit long here, but it's going to be another. Is this a partial bite? Yeah, it is. It's going to be third save loss bonus. So NRG just with some pistols here. Body armor, head armor on Tabson, and Alu continuing his good form we've seen so far. He finds the opening frag once again. 13 kills with him, 6 deaths.
Well, down middle, out already, 2 in the B site. No one pushing from tunnels. They can focus to shut them down. It's basically a retake position from the T's trying to get the B site, and that's easily dealt with. In fact, not even a kill coming in as they get close to the doorways. Just a slaughter. And it's now FaZe taking back the lead. We're going to get one of our 2 timeouts in the half. I say that with a little bit of spicy, whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm being a little bit facetious.
You started that well. But
I did. I didn't end it.
He didn't finish on a high. But yes, we had a bit of a problem in the previous game. 4
a grain of salt.
4 timeouts in the first, in the second half there. It was kind of odd. No one seemed to address it. Didn't seem to be a problem. So maybe we just have as many as you want. I don't know. It will be the first. And I actually missed it. It was Legia who called it. So NRG will be taking this one. The money situation for them definitely can buy. Only Gobby has so far. And the AWPer. Peter, of course. Will they be buying an AWP? I'm not sure. His money right now is 5,900, can certainly buy one. And yeah, FaZe Clan are actually winning 4 rounds in a row now. After some close ones, they got the double AWP set up. It'll be Carrigan and Alu. Like I said, Carrigan's certainly proficient with the weapon. Sometimes he was actually the primary AWPer for Astralis and TSM. That was the magical thing about that team. You never really knew what you were going to get. They would change up the AWPer every single map, and it would change season to season. Who was kind of primary and secondary AWP.
Shots in middle are available. There was 2 teammates together on the CT side that were tempted to look out that doorway. Thankfully, they didn't. As the thought struck them, so too would a bullet in the face, which I wouldn't want to be struck by. I don't know about you, Henry. You're a little bit sadistic at times. That's why they call you Sadonkist.
No, I'm called Sadonkist.
That's true. And now they look over toward the A site. Seems to be more the bias this round. Less mid-presence, less more of a standard default from NRG. So Jacob's gone up a little bit closer toward the long cave as a result in Rain. He'll go back to cover off towards CT, but Alu's in mid, crossed over, smoke in front, wants the shot toward Catwalk, can't find it. And he's got to make a decision. If he knows there's a presence on Cat, does he get the AWP back over toward A? Which can shut down Catwalk effectively, as we know.
Well then, 1 minute remaining. No kills or damage exchange as of yet. It's up to Peter. It looks like to try and find the first pick. He's actually edging his way up towards short as well. It's called Dirty Peak. Pete on his gun. Let's see how dirty he can be towards the A side. We know Kenny S has got that really nice lineup towards Goose. No one going to be waiting for him there. And with Rain actually, not actually challenging at all. He's just trying to slow the terrorists down towards the crossover. You can see he's got a flash in. That's just to blind them up, maybe push them back, and once they try and go for that smoke. They've tried this a few times here. They're not a fan of the executions, but maybe a bit more so as we go to round number 12 here.
Tabson gonna get the shot. Alu follows it up. AZ down. It's 2 kills for Tab, but the bomb just going in. It's going to be him dropped by Jacob. Bomb gets planted nonetheless, and now they've got to go with a man down on the retake toward the A site. Shots coming in from Rain. Can't find them. Switches to the AK. Still can't get the headshot available to him. And Peter and Fugly aren't even going to get involved. They stay long at Cat. They don't need to get involved. Now they may have to peek out. Now they've got to get the information. Kerrigan, a lovely shot on Peter, but Rain's there. Kerrigan as well. Fugly down, and the retake successful for FaZe.
Oh, it looks like such a nice little entry there to the bomb site. It's Tabs in to find 2. Molotovs all over the sites as well, saying they were lacking the execution against that A site. They tells me, showed us they have a few more tricks up their sleeve. The bomb's planted, but Rain and Kerrigan, decent retake. Kerrigan comes from CT spot as well, hits a lovely shot towards short, sets Rain up for a couple of kills himself. Bomb planted, maximum loss bonus achieved at this point, so NRG can keep buying now. As long as they keep planting for the rest of the game, FaZe starting to increase their lead, 7-5, all back in the hands of Alu. He's been great so far, 13 kills. And he's moved up towards short once again. Will he be doing the same sort of playstyle we saw in the previous when he goes towards that aggressive face top and middle? Actually waiting for Pete once again. Will Peter be waiting for him? Indeed, he is indeed. There it is. Oh, spots the barrel. That's it.
Can't get the shot though. Tries it, goes back. Still the angle doesn't really work in favor for him. Hopefully he's going to fall back slightly. Tabson at the bottom of mid is trying to see over top of the Xbox. Any information on the other side will do. And they need to read 5 versus 5 still at 1:10. And the CT's not revealing much. They do have a double play out toward long this time with Rain joining Jacob. It puts Alu alone on the drop position. No one covering off a ramp, and Alu's going to go early as he gets pushed back by a good utility, good usage of utility, and pre-fire from Tabson. So he goes to Cart. Meanwhile, over toward Beats, Kerrigan getting closer on the smoke. This should bring AZ back out to watch mid more closely, but he wants to stay inside the doors at this point at B. That might be the right call as they're already out, and there's no crossfire set from CT. So the safer he can stay in the confines of the site, the better he'll be, but he needs his teammate Kerrigan to stay alive. And he's down low, 5, flash comes in, blinded up entirely. And AZ lost to Peter inside the doorway on the AWP. It's almost perfect. You couldn't write it better for NRG.
Yeah, certainly. And he's going to be pretty much a save here at this point. FaZe with the man disadvantage as well, and Alu going down to low HPs on 12. They're going to have to surely just hold on to these weapons. I'll have a look at their cash overall. They have got money, but this round's just not winnable for them. NRG making their way towards B with a nice little split there as well. The gear finds Kerrigan. There's a lot of damage at the start of the confrontation, but manages to shut him down as it looked like he may have got away. But Alu and now just Rain as they way towards the A side. Alu hits another shot. At this point, there's not really much money available for the terrorists. They probably can't justify these hunts towards the end of the round. They're going to have to just sit back here. Fugly to survive. And the explosion comes in. 7-6 now. Still in favour of FaZe, of course, but still a very close game.
Very close indeed as FaZe takes the lead. We know Dust2 to be close, though. That's not surprising.
Indeed.
Seems to be a standard state of affairs for the map.
Double up setup still, though, for the CTs. Kerrigan and Alu once again. Alu seems to love this challenge towards mid. It's quite rare to see the AWPers at the very start of the rounds. It's for that reason, pretty much. It's going to be him taken down. And flat, you're very vulnerable to flashes and pop flashes as well. It's difficult to pull back, especially having a backup. So now B-Split coming in for sure. Poor AZ, trying to do what he can. Godby's going to find him. So great work here. Godby with a second as well. Headshot towards Rain. 5-on-1. As quick as the round started, it's over. Jacob's the last player remaining.
He'll be found as well. They know where he is. He's got one. Godby's immediately hot on the heels of his now deceased teammate Tabson, so it's an easy trade. 7-7. Money now starts to look a factor at the end of the half, but they're both actually in a reasonable position right now. The worse off for Ware is FaZe. They'll go for a UMP on AZ, but they've got the AWP on Alu. Unfortunately, it's going to be Kerrigan not being able to wield a second one. He's onto a mag 7.
2 AWPs here for NRG, looking to do some damage, presumably through the door to start. Happens. Carrigan, did he get hit twice there? He must have done. Must have been a double tag for the doors. Like in his legs, and taking him down to 3 HP. That's kind of funny. Gobi gets the first kill. Gobi's playing really well towards the latter stages of his first half. He takes down Alu, and that's the Orpha as well, so that's actually a massive kill for him to pick up. That was actually towards short as well, so Alu tried the mid doors, he tried short a few times, and he's actually fallen short a few times. And Gobi, he certainly isn't. He's finding headshots all over the place. His second of this round, and looking like NRG will be able to finish this half off with a victory. 8-7, as we have AZ and Carrigan left, the latter with only 3 HP.
Yeah, tough order of business. Carrigan's about to go down shortly. I say that, and Tabson looks away. I thought he'd still be giving attention to that position. He wants to go search elsewhere. That should give up his position. What? I thought Tabson would turn around instantly, but he doesn't. So he's preoccupied trying to find AZ inside of the smoke, and it actually costs him, but it won't matter. It's the end of the half. 1 life. Not a big deal. 8-7. NRG actually taking the lead in this. Remember, FaZe won the pistol and got ecoed. NRG did well to control the economy throughout this half.
Gobi, what a performance towards those final few rounds there as well. Excellent stuff from him. Legia, with a very good game overall, is actually looking pretty strong. Fugly's been very quiet for me, like he's expected to be one of the big fraggers here. Didn't actually have to say his name too many times there, but still, NRG winning the half, that's big news. We favoured FaZe Clan overall in this one, and we'll take a quick break at half time and see what happens in the second half. Dust2 is anyone's game still at this scoreline.
Our Immortals Liquid game ended up close in the end, but this is the first time at a half that we've had a score that's dead keel. It's 8-7 in favor of NRG as well, over top of FaZe Clan, who on the desk beat, they were bigging up, saying that this is the best tournament they've had in a while, that this should be straightforward affair, and they would be the ones advancing through. NRG's not letting them get away so easily.
Apparently not. I thought FaZe Clan were going to be the hot favourites here, but NRG seem tenacious in their approach. We'll see whether they can actually win the pistol here and actually have a solid chance of pulling off, I would say, an upset at this point. Obviously, FaZe new addition of Carrigan, they're going to be up and down. It's never going to be a solid ride for them. We'll see what happens here. And it will be FaZe switching over to the T side now and have a look at their buy and see what's available for them. It will be 3 sets of armor. AZ, he's the Superman. That means he gets a Tech 9 and the body armor. Carrigan, smoke grenade. And we'll see what they decide to do. It's Rain with a Deagle as well. This is a very offensive buy on the T side, I would say, Matt. Go for a lot of firepower instead of utility. One
Are you offended?
No.
Well, you said it was offensive.
Yes.
Is it global? In the tunnels. They already spot Legia back in the site. Oh, what a shot from him, though. He bests them. You said it would be offensive, and he's already being denied. Legia with 2 quick kills. Peters come in and found another one of his own by pushing through middle and getting into the bottom of tunnels. They completely cut off FaZe and hold them in position. It's now Alu and Jacob with only 1 kill to their team's name, trying to make this round out of nothing.
Lagia back in the platform. Definitely a high risk, high reward sort of position, but he gets both headshots and sends them packing. Jacob down to 12 HP as well. Gives the bomb to Alo, who he's been upgraded to the Superman. He takes the Tech 9 of Fallen Comrade AZ. Jacob, not really much I can do here. They've got a decoy and a USP, 12 HP, and Alo's taking damage as well. Somehow not dead. He goes down to 3. At this point, they're just like, you know what, let's just plant. We probably can't win this. Let's just try and get a plant down. And there goes the bomb and the dreams as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a problematic situation. But again, even half means they won't get too far behind before guns are going to be drawn back up. Lagia immediately goes on to an M4 after his good results.
No bomb going down for FaZe Clan though, so forced by return. We saw NRG actually win this round in the previous half, I should say. Maybe we can see the same sort of storyline here from FaZe. It's going to be Alo, of course, just PT50. One smoke and a flashbang. 4 players, make it 5 now towards the B side of the map as well, but not committing. Maybe there's a nice little B split here with smoke and CT spawn. This setup, that would make sense, but don't have to commit at this point. Let's see what happens.
Couple quick shots from the Tech 9s. Kerrigan looks to go through mid doors without much utility. In fact, now just one smoke deployed at CT. They're going to pressure Gabi and Lagia. Alo needs to get through the smoke of his own. Pick up for Lagia. Down goes Gabi. Down goes he. And now they have the site to work with. Fugly, Taps, and Peter all rotating over from CT. A little bit late on this play, I have to say, and now it's going to give them a chance to capitalize in the same way, the same fashion NRG did against them in the first half. Forward stance from Alo as well in behind the box. Already backing out of this. They're gone. They want guns in the next round. We are going to get another eco split.
Oh, would you believe it? There it is, towards the B side it is. You can see it being set up that fashion. They managed to get Rain with the Tech 9, finding a couple of kills there. So deadly at close range, and he shows us exactly what they're capable of. As there's going to be 3 weapons saved for NRG, just trying to look to the future at this point. A lot of teams would force back in return, but at this point they managed to save a FAMAS, a Scout, and MP7 as well. So it'll be something to work with at least. Certainly can't do anything about this round as the bomb's about to explode, but there it is. NRG won the second round after losing the pistol in the first half. FaZe do exactly that here in the second. 4 players surviving as well. And they should be able to get a plethora of weapons, including AK-47s, a saved M4 as well. Kerrigan might stay on the Tech 9 for now. I think he might just be doing that. It's definitely a viable weapon. He actually gets a little MP7 out. Interesting. A lot of teams, or players I should say, opt for the MAC-10, which is cheaper.
Oh, downed through the door. Lagia hits the shot.
B-rush.
So this, yeah, massive potential. More so if they read that play and take down Lagia when he gets there after the rush. As it does bring us back to 4 versus 4. Jacob's going to fight reverse side inside the tunnels and cut off the rotation early. Bomb's already down, and they've got the weaponry facing down the wooden doors. Kerrigan's waiting inside the site as well for flashes to go over. Tabson way back toward T-spawn. Is far removed from the activity, and I have a suspicion NRG's looking for exit kills in this, and that's it. Because Tabson's getting further away, not closer. Fugly's rotating out of middle, and Peter's going to back up toward the A site. So this is another situation where NRG's going to try and save weapons. Tabson will spot Jacob up. That's going to funnel them the other direction. They don't want to lose any weapons at all. So back out toward middle, and Peter could face this with the Scout. Looks like he may. Gets one. Potential for more. There's low HP on Jacob. Flashback in. Wants the shot. Bomb actually takes Jacob down as a result of his low HP. So they actually come out with more players left alive. But the round in the end does go to FaZe.
9-9. There it is. After losing that first pick, it's the straight up B rush from FaZe, managing to find a lovely headshot. I think it was Jacob that took down Lagia and Rain. He's got the best spawn in the game. Dust2. I said the game, best spawn on the map. And Dust2 is one of the few maps you can really rely on spawns to actually try and get the first picks. Rain will be taking it. You can see on the screen momentarily. He'll go for that first pick along. Flashes out, trying to see what he can do. And it's going to be confrontation, so Tabson finds him. Alo does get the kill in return. 4 and 4 for now. There is going to be still one player towards our blue bin. That is Alo. This frag's huge. But Fugly, he actually picks it up. Like I said, he was quiet in the first half, but getting some influential kills here in the second half.
Shot coming in from Peter, but gone is Lagia. So to the advantage that FaZe may have temporarily had. That's pulled back, though, as they get Gabi pushing through the door. Jacob's the one to do it, and Kerrigan again is inside the B site alone. This guy, if you're going to order a package on Amazon Prime, it's going to be Kerrigan that delivers it, because he has dropped the bomb off timely fashion every time, every round in the B site. And Peter's just going to get to the door now. Again, Fugly, far removed from his teammate, makes this retake a little bit more difficult considering they don't have kits, because it's going to take some time for Fugly to get in position.
2 on 2. Bomb ticking away, we're getting to the point of no return in about maybe 6 or 7 seconds. They lose the first frag up to Peter now. That's it. He pretty much can't win the round at this point. Oh, okay. Jacob, that's a weird move. You want to bait him in a bit more than that. You want to be like hiding in the tunnels, making him go touch the bomb. He stands in a really difficult angle, and I think Pete's actually got it as well. That's a bit of a blunder from Jacob. I guess he assumed he'd be going to tap the bomb and try and bait him in there, but surely you want to be kind of working that out first and then committing. But still, I don't know. It was an interesting round, and Peter picks it up. Great work from him to win the 2 versus 1, considering he had no kid as well. Had to act very quickly, and maybe a time for a pause after that one, I would say, for FaZe. That was definitely in their favour. No real nades for the CTs on the retake, and just not played correctly in terms of working together as a unit there in the 2-on-2. Forced by, though, overall from FaZe, 2 Tech 9s, AK-47 and a Galil, and will be Alu, who looks towards short for now. He's got the real firepower there and form the AWP.
Easy smoke in front, watching tunnels, make sure no push through. Lagia is the one that's close on the other side. Flashback out toward middle, not really much of an effect on that, as Fugly just deters them from pushing through any further. Peter, meanwhile, playing at cart. Try and watch the cross. Rain wants to go. They're getting set. He's backed away just a little bit. I imagine utility is going to be deployed before they do elect to make the jump, to make the push. And they've actually not gone that way at all. I think Rain. This could be a drop fake, but look at the push coming in from B tunnels. They're going to go back over to B thinking they're trying to lure them away, and they're already in the tunnels. Lagia hits a shot brilliantly on Alu. And AZ tries to fire back, but that just lets them retreat inside the site. Do they swing back to A? Because they're still in timely fashion to do so at 47 seconds. It's a possibility, but that possibility is about to be taken away as well because Gobby pushes up. NRG's taking every position available to them. However, Gobby missing shots is a massive problem. Map control was taken away, but snatched back as AZ hits the kill. And now they start to go toward the catwalk position. 1 smoke to work with. 2 smokes, I take that back. Jacob's got 1. They're going to throw them. They want to go with speed. They've got the CTs disoriented and all over the map, and they want to try and just fight them straight up as AZ finds a shot on Lagia. Traded back by Fugly, and Peter's going to step in and chime to take the last as well.
I'm liking these rounds. It's a bit of a brawl when it comes to the latter stages there. Both teams struggling with the economy, having some lesser weapons there, a few Galils, some Famases, and it's going to be NRG getting a firm lead at this point, 11-9. And I think at this stage, though, FaZe Clan are going to have to take a full eco at this point. Just the PT-50 purchase. I think that's it. Nothing else. I'm going to have to submit this round in NRG. I would be very surprised if they even gave away a single frag at this point. The objective for FaZe, try and get the bomb down now. We always say that. 1 flashbang available when we flash at the mid doors. They're taking so much damage, though. Alu and Jacob going down very low indeed. Rain's not looking too much better. Towards A they go. Like I said, most T sides will try and do this. Simple frags to the CT, so not much to report as Incendiary denies the plan. He defines a kill, and Fugly finishes it off. Not too bad.
12 now for NRG, 9 for FaZe, and a pause coming in immediately called by Kerrigan.
Good time to take a pause. That makes sense. You haven't really got enough for an AWP. In fact, you definitely don't. So 5 AKs. We know Alu and his team historically are at their best when he has got the AWP in his hands. Means he can work the picks on the T sides. But he's still proficient in the rifles as well. We've seen him have some fantastic rounds before. We'll see what he can do as we go into round number 22. Quite a pivotal round as well. They lose this one. They're not a maximum stage loss bonus yet. There'll be a 4th stage. So without a bomb, it could mean another partial by going forward. So FaZe discussing their outcome right now. What's going to be the play here? You only get 30 seconds to decide. There's Rain. No responsibility given to him anymore in terms of the in-game leader. That's why Kerrigan was brought in, for that reason alone.
It was definitely an issue the teams had for a long time, so this is a good solution for them to finally have someone that can take the helm, even if not helping them in this direct moment.
Well then, double orb set up here for NRG. I guess we call them the European side now as well, don't we?
Yeah, playing in the North American League. They're the only North American, or sorry, the only European in the North American League. Obviously the others are Australians, South Americans. It's really Europe versus the world, and even Europe's invading the world.
Yeah.
It's like medieval history.
Well then, here we go. Like I said, 5 AKs. Quite a lot of utility for the FaZe Clan here. Default for now, clearing out the close sectors of lower B. Objective, maybe swing towards Xbox and try and get it towards short, and then you can work out whether you want to actually be able to execute onto the A side, or maybe fall back and go for the mid split. That's what this team seems to be favouring right now. Flashbang comes in. got smokes available for the A side. Still got 5, in fact, so they haven't had to waste one towards the Xbox at all. The full execution definitely is a possibility. No real aggression from the CTs just yet. Legia, though, orb towards B. You can see him looking towards the tunnel, so they've got that part of the map locked down. 4 towards A for the CTs here. Bit exposed from middle, but for now it's fine. It's looking very good for the CTs.
Peter's going to change his position slightly. He was playing car. He'll bring Tabson back on the ramp. We see it now. And he'll watch out toward the long doors with Gobby, but right now, slowed pace, as you say, they still have the utility. They didn't have to use any to steal Peter from that ledge. So they've got lots available to them. And the isolation smoke's been thrown. I'm sure I saw it bounce. Yes, there it is, corner, top of the ramp. That'll cut off long. But it's actually missed it slightly short, so it's actually given Peter a bit of a window to play it if he wants to push up. Meanwhile, it's Tabson. Peter hitting a shot as well above those smokes. Tabson that can try and thwart them, but he's taken out by Kerrigan. He now gets on the boxes. That's been heard. Surely Fugly knows he's there. Doesn't matter. Fugly's going to take him down with the help of Gobby. Alu way back toward the catwalk position. It's Jacob out in mid. Alu's got to hold this off alone. Jacob's got to deal with Legia. He's just going to bypass him. Forget that he's there. They've got to hold off this defuse, but Molotov's in their way. It's going to be a very tough order. They're already on the defuse as well. Fugly's holding it down, and they've got the defuse. Doesn't even matter about the 2 left alive.
Well, they're saving their WP. I guess that's something to take to the next round, but there it is. NRG just reading that situation very well indeed. Like I said, once they had the AWP aggressive towards the B side of the map, they actually took a bit of a gamble. 1 in CD spawn and 3 on the A side, waiting for the execution to come in, challenging, and actually stepping up tremendously with the AWPs and crossfires with the M4s as well. You're about to point something out. What is that?
Well, back-to-back positives for FaZe. Kerrigan calls again.
Yeah, you can just take as many as you want these days, so it's probably fine.
Did they take 2 already this half? I know there was Alu called one that was dot ready, but I don't remember how long ago that was.
I think it's only 1 so far.
Indicators. 2 now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Since before this one.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to take 6. And when I play my game, I'm playing a little bit later on, actually.
Yeah, who are you playing against?
It's a good question.
Did you fly Bard off in?
It's the only game I could win.
Oh, well. You try hard.
Not really. Sometimes, actually. Depends. I raged once when we were matchmaking.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I was using your headset. I'm sorry that
Smash
it's a little cracked up about that one. I swear I hit him, all right? It was a steal moment. I was top mid, Mirage.
Anyway, let's see what FaZe bring to this round. 3 players, make it 4 now. Towards the B tunnel, Legia. Fearless, going to be pushing into the opening of the tunnel as well. Doesn't land a shot, but spots a couple of players there. And the AWP of Alu, so...
Oh, that angle's always so tempting to me, because I had it, I should say, X-ray off. You can't quite see past it. It's a fraction of an angle that you can always see past. Inside the smoke. All right, Gobby, what do you got planned? It's dangerous waters to swim inside.
Well, let's see what Rain can do. He's towards lower B. Alu's going to be backing him as well. Not much ground covered or gained so far for FaZe. This is actually looking pretty good for NRG. 13-9. Double AWP set up on Dust2 as well. Money's relatively decent for the next round if required, so we'll see what happens here. Running out of time now for FaZe. No nades required to actually walk out the mid doors, but 1 for CD spawn. That's what Tabson will be. It drops, but he drops when it returns. So he can push through this, he can justify that as the gear is looking towards the window area as well.
Spot into Tabson, a little bit of damage dealt. They just preemptive strike, though. They don't know that he's there, so they don't follow through with it. Regardless, though, it's Rain. Watch Gob's position. Oh, he nearly makes it work. He got aggressive in that smoke, never pushed through. He was hoping they would do it in turn, and he would be in disguise, but he gets disposed of immediately inside of the B side. It's down Fugly Peter remaining on the NRG side. Finally, FaZe, after 2 timeouts, might finally get around with bomb inside of the B side already. Alu taking Fugly, I think, confirms that.
It does indeed. Well, the slow, methodical start to the round from FaZe.
Every kill counts right now for Peter.
You're right. You're absolutely right there.
They themselves don't have a whole lot of money built up, though.
It's not as strong as I thought. I had a quick look before I was saying that, and I think they've got 1 round in the bank. They don't really, you know, but I think they can justify a partial buy here. They don't need to force into this one. That would be a bit of a nightmare. I say that because it's 13-10 if you were to lose a round, and allow them to have 1. You still have the 2-round advantage, and you're not completely destroying your economy at that point. You could still even win these partial buys, you know, as I spit all over myself.
You're disgusting. Do you know what they say, Henry?
Hank G is disgusting.
Spitters are quitters. Gobby in lower tunnels. Gonna watch for anyone to push through. Kerrigan top of the stairs. He pushes a little bit too aggressively this time. He will get caught in the trap as the shot comes back through from the AK. Legia inside of the smoke in the tunnel on the other side at B. Probably thinks better of his decision to try and push in as well. Smoke's gone now. He's getting tempted. Meanwhile, it's going to be Rain with 2 quick kills. And there you have it. There's the one round from FaZe. They go back to an eco. They were looking 13-9, and if they lost that, back to a save of, again, 14 rounds, potentially 15. Now they can pull this 13-11 and actually make a game out of it still.
Yeah, well, NRG, like I said, they're being conservative at this point. I'm not going to use the word throw this game, but if they were to force that round and then destroy their own money, that could have been considered a throw. So actually, this is the smart approach to them. They still have plenty of money into the next round. They get 1900, so 6k on Peter, 5.5 for Fugly. It's not an amazing buy, no. It's still reasonable, but Godby, he might just be on the SMG here, so a pause. This is a good time to take it.
Yeah, it's not a bad decision.
CS is a bit more like American football now, isn't it? It's a bit more stop-start.
Yeah, I don't really like watching American football, but I do like CS.
Yeah.
I don't mean to offend anyone that does like American football, but it's just not up to my standards and pace. I like 300 kilometers an hour.
Do you like tennis, then?
Actually, I don't mind watching tennis. One of my favorite matches of all time was Agassi's last rally in, what was it, 2008? Can't remember when Agassi retired.
I think it was a bit before that. I don't know.
Might have been 7. I think you're right. It was 2007. But it was always a pleasure. And then I did enjoy the matches with Cold Zero's father in the front right, but I did enjoy the Nadal-Federer matchups for a while.
Well, you've got a different matchup here. FaZe Clan versus NRG. NRG, certainly the underdogs, I would say, in terms of the prestigious name of FaZe Clan. We'll see what happens as we go into round number 25. We thought this could go the distance. It certainly has so far. Big round for FaZe. If they can find this one, it will put NRG onto a certain eco. They've got a lot of money in the bank here as well. They've actually got the advantage overall. 4 AKs coming up against the SMG of Godby as well. Peter on the AWP though, he'll be towards long doors this time. Actually taking a more offensive angle towards that. We'll see whether anyone decides to walk around the corner at this point.
Watch the catwalk position right now as well. Good time to swap to it. Thank you, Heather. It's going to be Tabson that was a little bit close up because of the push at long. He goes Alex to push on the cat. It doesn't give them any access to the A site, and it gives them time to rotate back if they do, if Tabson can get a 1-for-1. The one thing it does create is a void inside of middle. There's no one there to cancel off the push through the double doors, and that's exactly what happened. So they have to stay in the confines of the B site. They have to hold the choke points off, and they're trying desperately to do so, and they're going to do it. Lagia turns back to find 2 at the end. That drops the bomb down, and NRG's got that 14th round, and the money's gone on the FaZe side again.
Another pause coming in.
We've got all the pauses. Kerrigan is not scared to take advantage of broken timeout rules. We've seen it multiple times. So thank you, Kerrigan. It gives me time to talk to my esteemed colleague.
Every round. Surely, this is what it feels like right now.
Yeah, something's got to be done about this. There's no question about it. This is a point in time where someone needs to clarify exactly what's meant. Those aren't even dabs. I don't know what those are.
We'll sort it out with the playoffs. This seems a little bit silly at the moment. Anyway, okay, let's have a look. Very good B-hold from NRG overall there. Actually managing to pick up a secondary AWP as well. Peter, he's having a pretty decent game. Top of the scoreboard with Lagia as well. We normally say it's Tabson who's the headline actor of this team. He's actually bottom for them as well, but that's good. I actually like it when the players don't really mention that often manage to step up. It's a very good team effort overall, to be fair. And they're within touching distance now of winning this map. Dust2 against FaZe. You'd normally say a map like Dust2 lends itself to the star power of the FaZe guys. Lots of talented guys there. AZ, Jacob, Rain. These are, like I said, Rain's considered a world-class talent.
And speaking of that kill distribution and the wealth of talent, just to give an idea of who's contributing, Lagia leads the way on 20 kills, but he's not that far ahead. It's 19 for Alu, it's 19 for Peter, and it's a push from Alu all the way through the double doors already. This is so aggressive. He's already down. We're not even 15 seconds into the round, and the T-sided AWP player is out the doors. Peter never saw that coming.
I don't think anyone did. It's certainly an audacious play there with the AWP going out first as well. But great shot from Ali to take Peter down. So still another AWP to find in the hands of Lagia, but now they've got a lot of time to work with here at this point. That execution could come in.
It's a good read from Alu, by the way, because to him to make that call on the AWP means he hasn't seen much activity there early on, and they know they've been playing in the B site because every time they split mid, there was no one in mid directly.
Well then, Peter down. CT's had to try and reclaim some ground at this point. It's a very reactive map, and Fugly's doing a good job of it. Finds 1 kill, but Tabson, his teammate, falls next to him. Now it is up to Fugly on the A side by himself, trying to defend 4 very angry terrorists as they make their way towards the A side.
Kerrigan's going to wrap around toward quad. He's low on HP. good shot as well. That's bomb dropped. He was the carrier in that, not AZ. AZ's going to try and wrap down, back down the ramp and catch them off. Does so. Gets Lagia. So now the bomb doesn't even matter because Alu can scoop that up on the way by. The problem is Gob could catch him in the process. Getting toward the stairwell now. Bounce flash goes in. He looks away. Spots him, but he's on the inside of the box. Smart call. As they knew he was on Cat, they could be careful here if they pop up and both heads show at the same time and line up, but it's Alu instead. And now we get the 12th round. That all started with Alu's audacious rush, as you said.
Yeah, it was actually, I guess it's one of those plays when you've obviously played a lot of rounds now. How many were into this one? It's like the 13th round. And yeah, you've got some tells that saw their CT setup. They're most quite common to send 2 towards B inside the site. Then you've got 3 at A, so he's just going through, finds Peter in an interesting rotation. I can't believe Peter could even believe his luck at that point. Anyway, we're going to round number 27. A full eco for NRG. Still anyone's game, Matt. FaZe will win this round, and I'm sure we'll have a pause at that point, and then we can work out what happens in the next one. But this, for now, is going to be 3 USPs and just a deagle for the gear.
Smart hold from Rain. Taps and goes, commits, and that's the problem as Rain will take him down. Oh, lovely shot from Jacob. I know it's just pistols, but Peter was in a position to spot the shadow coming through, had first rights to the shot, and then a good reaction will drop him. Jacob hardly loses any HP as well as he goes to 83. He is going back toward Catwalk. He's going to try and catch them off to make sure he can push behind, but AZ's still at the top of middle. Could do the same to him in return. So long controlled, established, taken away. And Fugly backing off the site. There's no reason not to go for this. All they've got is a deagle purchased into the round.
Yeah, this is a redundant round. That's what we call them. That's when it's pretty much 0 chance that he's doing anything with it. It's almost impressive if they get a single kill. That's not going to be the case here. It's going to be FaZe mopping them up and all 5 staying alive. Their money's getting into a great position, but towards this stage of the game, it's not such a huge factor having tons of cash. You can't take it with you. And what's the play here? We got another eco from NRG. That's going to allow them to tie them up. I guess at this point, they're trying to make sure they go down with guns in their hand. They don't want to feel like they wasted the opportunity by trying to force into it. We see a lot of teams, especially this weekend as well, I should say this week, forcing in towards the latter stages of the game when they still have the advantage and you throw it away by forcing in with like SMGs, shotguns, a couple of FAMASes, just to try to give yourself that match point. It's actually, I respect this from NRG.
Push in from AZ, catches off like as he'd already entered into enemy territory. Gotta be down below. The all for naught from Energy. It's Gobby. Does collect the kill on Rain at least. Gets an AK as well. He can start to back away, but he knows the smoke just came in down middle. Flash as well. He's got to spot one toward the top. Can he catch him off going toward long? This would be perfect timing, and he does. Well read. As he knew exactly what the utility meant. He drops down on Alu, and now they've got a man advantage to work with. No gun available out from that because it's out toward long A, so it's far from the activity.
This is big. This wasn't a buy from NRG, you have to say. Now it's going to be one player going towards T-Spawn as well. That's Peter and FaZe. This is good time to bring up the minimap, thank you. Jacob, Carrigan and AZ towards long together. They have got an abundance of utility, so plenty of time to work with as well.
The important decision about Peter rotating this direction as well is because he knows that gun's down outside of long.
Indeed. Well, FaZe aren't giving anything away just yet. Good news for NRG is, though, Peter's in that position. He doesn't have to do anything at this point. He's actually come from T-Spawn. He's looking towards top of middle now. His teammates can focus on A. That's where the gun is as well. Fugly's going to have the AK looking towards crossover. Like I said, terrorists have Molotovs, flashbang smokes. I still favour them. We'll see whether NRG can finish this one off, though. Oh, lovely shot from Fugly.
They've hidden the gun, so Peter doesn't get it on the way by. It's Fugly, though. He's already tearing them apart. Taps it as well. He gets the shot in with the deagle. It works out perfectly, and we go on to that point. All right, Carrigan, I'm pretty sure you've taken the piss already with 3 in this half. I don't think... Did they take 1 in the first half?
Yeah.
So that's 5. Yeah, they're calling on pause already.
Come on, Carrigan,
that's enough. I get it, Carrigan. I like that you protested it passive-aggressively against Na'Vi. I like that you did it against Fnatic, but now you're actually just stretching it a little bit thin, I think. This is too much.
Ruining the experience of viewers at this point, yeah. I think. It's not cool. And we're just having it anyway. It seems to be fine.
Well, they called for the unpause. The problem is you can't unpause without the other team agreeing to do so, so... Tapson called it immediately. I imagine this is going to trigger them. This is actually something that if I was...
to be honest.
Yeah, no, if I was a player, I would instantly get up and go to the head admin. I'd go to Graham and say, what the hell is this? You guys got to fix this immediately. So they have called for the unpause now. We will get back into the game. 15-13, FaZe Clan. Losing that round against pistols is so costly because now they play against rifles. They don't get it to 14-14, and if they lose this, it's all done.
Round tip. 2 in the bag for NRG. A little bit of aggressive push towards short as well. They're playing to win. Let's try and stay alive at this point. I like it. Boost towards lower B. Looks like potential B split here. You can see Alan towards the B tunnels as well, trying to find that first pick. Has been good to it, but Peter, he's on short. No warp towards us B side of the map for the CTs. 2 M4s, and this looks like a commitment coming in. Here we go.
Gob caught, Rain with the kill. Lagia trapped inside of the site, trying to get back into a position where he can find him. What is that shot? Oh, Lagia! He gets 2. That's so massive. I know he goes down right after, but look at the context of the round now, because Peter finds one in the AWP, and they've got a man advantage on the retake, and 3 kits to work with. He was swarmed in the site. 4 players entered in. They'd taken his teammate without a kill coming out, and he manages to still find 2 in a very tough position. It's Fugly, Tabson, and Peter on the retake. And the utility's already been thrown early as well. They've got a flash and a nade from FaZe to hold this off. In they go. AZ's waiting for flashes to come in and turn. Good position. Alu able to take 1. AZ's got the other. So the 3 is down to 1, and it's only Peter. Peter's going to back away. We're going to play the 30th round, and it might be overtime if they're not careful.
Well. After what seemed like such good work there from Lagia. You're absolutely right. Yes, he went down straight away after, but the impact he had with the rifles there after losing his comrade so early on. Another pause, of course. And yeah, good work from Alu and AZ, and the 2-on-2 managing to finish things off there. It was actually quite an impressive round for them overall. Money, not in a great position. They can bring out the AWPs. We're not going to whinge about the pauses again. It's getting boring to listen to us talking about.
Yeah, I think we've said enough.
Yeah,
this'll be
it's fine. It's the last round anyway. Can't have any more at least, unless we go overtime. Then
I may go seek clarification. Not that it's my place to interject, but I'm just curious as to what the interpretation is on this myself.
Yeah, but regardless, now we've had even more than 4 this half. It feels like. Anyway.
Well, we will await the fate of the final round. It's not like either of these teams are most known for having a coaching presence as well. Obviously, FaZe has flirted with it in the past. They've had multiple coaches go through the organization, but with Kerrigan coming in, he's the one at the helm. Gobby's the one on the other side. So it's not like communication's the issue. It's not like they're trying to pause to bring in a coach's talk. They're just doing it for strictly adaptation reasons, trying to get a read on their opponents and change things up. Last time we had a pause from Kerrigan's side, Alu pushed all the way through. Or rather, from our NRG side, Alu pushed all the way through. This time he won't. Tries to fire into a nade, and it's going to be a B play early. Bomb is still, though, in the hands of Alu, who stays at T-spawn, so don't look for a fast plant. They just want to get a presence inside the tunnels.
Well, then Gobby's down to the UMP. And the gear. It's an interesting angle to take. He's back up with his teammate. As soon as he pulls the trigger, he'll move to the right. His teammate will try and back him up. That's the idea of the play, at least in theory. Let's see if it works out for him. It's going to be challenged as well. The bomb's in upper B. T's edging in. Here comes the first exchange, potentially. Tension's rising now. 1 round required for NRG. But it's on the other side of the map. Peter finds Jacob. And they do fire a shot, but at this point, the CTs have the man advantage. They don't have to commit to this angle of B now. They won't be pushing in as Peter does the good work and takes down Jacob 5-on-4.
The one thing I think they might try and consider in that is that the teammate with the AWP ran back, and they might want the, hearing that shot, think it's the AWP, so they stay with the angle. They get him, though. He goes down. Like you say, he didn't need to face to that. He didn't need to commit to it at all, and it gives them up because in the site, Alu and Rain find the close play in Tabson. Lagia falls. They're down a man despite finding the early pick, and it's Peter. He's going to rotate back over with the AWP. Last time, he was not able to penetrate through to the site with his teammates. Fugly trying to do what he can, and Peter's going to rotate, and they're both going to go from the tunnels. It's AZ at the mouth of them, trying to hold them off. He's on the low HP, 29 for him to work with as Alu and Rain are inside of the site bomb. It's been ticking for quite some time. There's kits on both, but FaZe is looking increasingly like this is going to put it into overtime, and they're going to go through the flames. They want to get aggressive. They're going to hear those tags. Alu peeks it, and it's overtime indeed.
Well then, NRG.
What's the rules for timeouts and overtimes, Henry?
Just like 6 of them, I think, per round.
Per round. Yeah. Every time someone dies, call a timeout. We'll play it like chess.
FaZe were actually pretty far behind at that point, and actually just took it round by round, and that last one especially could have gone either way, especially when Peter gets the first kill. But we do go into MR3 10K, and we'll see who can step up here. Nothing really separating them on Dust2 so far, and first round going to be indicative as to who's going to control the money. I'm sure it is 10K. 16K is very broken on Dust2, so it is, yep, I've just had a look. It's MR3 10K, it's fine. So then, Alu brings up the first AWP. It's difficult to justify double AWPs on the CT side in overtime because if you lose that first round, you're pretty much done for money after the first one. So you want to keep things a little bit more honest. That's why you see the CTs not buying head armor as well.
Gobby inside the smoke at the mid doors wants anyone to push by him. He's trying to invite them in. They're not taking the invitation. They don't want to go to his party. They want to go over toward A instead. It's Peter on the AWP at car. Thompson in front to watch drop. He's going to go down towards CT. And one-time flash. Peter can't peek. They're already toward the quad. Tabson, I think, has been spotted as well. Good pick early from Gobby, but it's Azy. Rather, excuse me, this Rain to find the shot and return immediately. Flames out on top of the position to plant. They can't quite get in. But they'll slow the pace. Gobby sitting on the boxes down below looking for an opportunity to try and get back into the picture. It's 4 versus 4 and bomb goes down, but Lagia follows it up. Alu falls as soon as it happens toward the quad. Lagia's going to go further than that. He'll find Rain as well. Jacob is going to stay at quad. So he can peek onto this position if they don't consider the fact that he's there, but the jump up spots him. They now know. Easy may find him in turn, but Jacob's going to have a hell of a time trying to stay alive with bullets spamming through onto him. They'll push around. They'll catch him off. AZ catches one on top of the bomb, but still the defuse is coming in, and it will be the round to NRG.
That was really nice smoke there, and a really strong round from Lagia, I have to say. He's the one that dropped that smoke as well, so he finished wins the round single-handedly at that point. AZ does what he can towards the end, pushes through the smoke. Knows he doesn't have many options left, and it's huge for the CT to pick up that first gun round for this financial reasons I mentioned before. Good work from NRG, holding off the A approach from FaZe Clan, and we go into round number 2 of overtime here. Ale back on the AWP. They lose this one, the money is in a difficult position. If you lose 2 in a row, you have a rough time. It's long. So Ale trying to get that first pick. He's setting fire. There's a ton of damage there. Goes down to 39 HP.
Peter, bottom and middle with the AWP, waiting for the smoke to dissolve. Has his chance to try and catch out Alu. He's on 39, but it's an AWP in his hands. Which means 1 shot, potentially 1 kill. That's the plan. Flash goes over on Peter. Forced to hide inside of CT, at least for the moment. And with him moved, they can start to take over mid. Baby steps. Get mid, get cat. Excuse me as I get a tickle in my throat. And then what's next after cat? Well, try and get onto the A side. Peter. Shot and drop. He's going to fall away toward the cart. Thompson down inside of spawn. There's a bit of a vacancy on top of the A platform itself, so Peter's going to have to hit some shots, more importantly, because Thompson's now gone inside of middle. That's the support on the drop play, but this could be a split. This could be a drop, wrap back through CT, split onto B, because AZ's still waiting, and that's what it's going to be. AZ's still waiting in the tunnels. Kerrigan's actually going to go back through middle, and this is smart because the players at long, if they want to rotate, he can try and catch them off. So it's Lagia and Gobby in the site directly. They have to hold this flash over. A direct fight, and Gobby only manages 1 with it. Lagia can't find shots, and FaZe, they've got a bomb site, and I think we're going to split 1-1 early on in overtime.
I think you're absolutely right. We'll see what happens here. 4-on-2, and Alu, he's already done the hard work, to be fair. He's found his frag, and it's going to be now just poor Fugly. Left in the 3 versus 1. FaZe Clan doing a great job in the second round to pull things back. B seems to be a very successful side for them overall. And Fugly just trying to save his weapon. Not that the teams will be hunting, but they've had a rough first round, so want to try and keep the money a little healthier. They might have to drop a weapon there. You can see 1400 on Alu. Same story for AZ as well, so just saving the weapons at this point will probably be key for their success in the third. But there it is, you're right. 1-1. In overtime here.
Ugly spots up the last player hunting him down, exiting that direction. It's going to be FaZe striking back, though, as we say, and there will be money on either side. It's possible you can have to save in the third round of overtime if you lose 2 with big investment, but here we go. Our first pause of overtime.
So
they unpaused. I imagine they were told to unpause. I imagine that the admins have said that's enough. No more timeouts, period.
I've been people tweeted me saying it's 4 per map, which is I'm almost sure that's not the Valve rules.
The Valve ruling, as far as it was led to believe, was 2 per half. 4 per map is correct, but 2 per half.
Yeah.
Not 4 whenever you want to use them.
Yeah.
And they don't carry over. If you don't use them in the first half, you don't get to use them in the second. That was how it was originally explained
Maybe
and
it's
originally
been changed,
understood.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't announced. It was a silent change. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get into it, shall we? Round number 3. 1 apiece at the moment. A big round to finish things off. Both teams have weaponry. NRG, though, slightly more. They've got that double orb set up. Once again, with Peter and Lagia. We'll see what happens as we have got another default. Slowly but surely, it will be FaZe making their way towards the A side of the map, pushing up towards short. Alu going in first, looking for any CT presence there. Not going to be much. Tabson's down a CT spawn, looking for anyone he can take down. Has a bit of utility, including an incendiary to slow them down.
Just to touch on that too, if it is 4 that gets carried over, I'm strongly in disagreement with that because you can see how much it breaks up the pace of the game. If it's 2 per
8 in 1 half.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of kills the flow a little bit. I think that the 2 per half gives us just enough to think about, but keeps the game going. Either way, Fugly pushing through, gets caught by Jacob. Headshot on the AK-47, pretty straightforward as Jacob actually succeeds in taking over long. That's not going to be a problem for the A site because Peter's getting pushed out already. Goes toward Goose, but Tabson's got to fight in the lane and he'll get caught as Rain immediately finds him. Shots out, can't find it, Peter down, but Goppy's the one to step up. Oddly enough, he's got 2 in this. Bombs down at long. He's suddenly got to pull this back too, and they go for the jump. They spot him up, they know where he is. They were going to boost on it as well, and they get toward Elevator. He's got to commit a long way to find them. Finds them both indeed. AZ goes crazy, and we've got overtime done. The half, it'll swap over as FaZe gets 2.
Big round from AZ. We talk about him quite a lot in terms of the talent he does possess, but maybe not realized as of late, and that's a big round for him to pick up against NRG in overtime. 2 versus 1. Around it looked like they're tied up, both players in CT spawn, and he manages to blitz both of them. It's going to be 2-1, and it's the first to 19 if you are playing along at home. So FaZe with a firm advantage here as they move over to the CT half. 2 required, 1 to draw. Double overtime, always quite a possibility in MR3, but we'll see what happens. We've seen some long ones before, haven't we, Matt?
We certainly have. I think we've seen the longest at 78. I saw 69 with my brother from another game, Toby Wan.
Oh, okay, let's get into it. Alu.
Quick little stretch for you.
Yep.
Getting a little
limbered
sleepy.
up. Yeah, no, just getting in the mood, you know. Maybe a B-rusher, you know. This is looking loose. Straight in, Lagia going first. Has to run through fire. And can he find the first kill here? Fully covered now.
They're deep in the site already. They wrap around. Good play. Goppy with 2. AZ and Kerrigan gone.
Why not?
Could be knotted right back up on 17 before we even get into this overtime. Because this has hardly begun and it's going to be a B site. Yeah, they're already backing out of this. They're not going to go. This is incredibly fast.
Get in there. A couple of flashbangs. Gold B. Brave as ever. He finds 2 kills. He had some really good rounds in the first half as well towards the end. I remember pointing that out. And he certainly delivers here. Wins the round by himself. He's the only player fragging this round.
That's incredible. And it's very fast, like you say, which could start to bid out some utility on the other side. If the pace is that quickly early on, bless you.
I did mute it.
I know,
you can probably hear on your microphone.
That one was
quite a loud one.
Quite loud, yeah. Jacob is in behind cardboard. Makes a home for himself there. Takes down Gobby. Flash is coming through. Don't think they'll pursue. There's really not much need. Pick up the round. The rounds are all that matter at this point in time. There's money either side, so sit tight, boys. Patience will pay off. Patience will prevail. 17-17, like you said, 19 rounds. We claim a victor. 18-18, we do it all again.
So they dare do it again. They've got a decent B spawn. Tabson and Fugly. That's the best you can get. Surely not. No, I don't think it's going to be. That would be a little bit too mad, would it not? Well, Ali back on the AWP himself. He'll be going towards short. Had a mixed bag of success. Sometimes found Peter, sometimes got completely destroyed by the AKs. We'll see what happens. He's flashed for now. Players in lower B as well. Needs to be very careful. Tabs in. Definitely no slouch this kind of shot. We'll see whether he can find him. Smoke's coming towards Xbox though. Ali backs away ever so slightly on the catwalk. Nade lands on his feet though.
Absolutely perfect.
There it is.
And he misses the shot through the wickets, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Gobby. He only got his testicles tickled, but it is going to be a shot for him in return. And as such, he'll start to push up on the catwalk. Jacob's inside of the smoke. No one pushing in directly. Spots him wide. Good response. Gobby on the entries again. So and it's NRG looking great with a 5 versus 3. Very sick indeed. Yeah, he wins the first round by himself, and he's looking to do more here. He does finally get taken down by Rain, but the bomb will be planted. That gives at least FaZe a chance to win and retake this situation. We'll see what happens as he's in CT spawn, waiting for the rotations coming from his team. AZ. CT spawn, bomb is going to be planted on A though, and a decent Molotov to slow them down even further. Another one as well. They're done for. Oh dear. Yeah, say goodbye. They have another one. Pull out a marshmallow. Pull out a marshmallow. Roast it. Keep throwing. Yeah, forget it. Oh, that's so cool. That is great. And they do stack. Watch this as well. Watch this. This is even better. There's a 4th Molotov comes down, and then they get the backstab in. That's so good. That is amazing. How frustrating is that for FaZe? Just sitting in spawn. Go. Oh, no. Man. What was so beautiful about it as well, normally obviously pincering the bomb site, and it might have been like quite fine if they were like killing, like locking one person out, but all 3 were in CD spawn. There must have been 5 Molotov. Don't talk about dabs. Don't give them the attention. That's what they want, man. I'm going to hire someone to just... Don't say that. All right, keep going. Don't say that. Get yourself in trouble. Keep going. And it's going to be 2-0 here. God B, more fantastic work. They pull out the auto snipers here and the AWPs. It's going to be Carrigan who gets taken down to 64 HP. But where's God B off to? I want to see what this man. He's already on Cat. He's already on Cat, and look, he's going to go again. Oh my God, he's going to go. Oh, all right. I thought it was coming. I really did. I thought it was the opening. It's actually the closer from Alu, which means now that's the man advantage for FaZe again. Last round of overtime number 1, regardless of who wins it. That much is sure.
Well, it's just 1 round required from FaZe, and they have the man advantage for now. Then we get a double overtime. It's still a very real prospect here. B split looking likely. Utility available for CT spawn. Tabson will be smoking towards the left-hand side of mid, but Alu going to be waiting for him there. The smoke's deployed, and this first shot, Alu can't pull the trigger in time. Tabson lives to see another day as he pushes up towards B. His teammates will be going in right here, right now.
It's quite risky from Tabson to actually push in and get the secondary nades out toward window, because Alu's still at an angle toward him, but he's confident he pushed him back far enough. He was right in saying so, but we are looking at double overtime. 5 versus 2 in the site, correct quickly. Peter's the last alive. 1 versus 5 gets it down, but immediately taken out, and it's going to be double OT.
It certainly is, after 2 fantastic rounds from the in-game leader, the old God B. They can't find the final one. It was the first pick coming in from the CTs, and they managed to bring it to double overtime, Matt. So everything's reset once again, and I believe we're going to take a quick short break here while we kind of just compose ourselves, and the players as well.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Soylent, Xfinity, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, The Score Esports, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
We're back into it, double overtime. We will commence things immediately. We can already see our analysts standing by, waiting for this one to end. They've probably been waiting there for quite some time, undoubtedly. But we are into it. It's NRG's turn to start out on the T side. Again, ooh. MR3, 10K.
Double orb setup for the CTs for reasons I mentioned before. It's a bit of a risk. Still a very strong setup. You can see them getting no head armor. Only a couple of kits as well. Just trying to balance the books the best they can with this investment. Limited utility as well. Karrigan only gets an incendiary. You can see they've really thought about this buy going into this round. Let's see what NRG bring to the table here. No B rush this time. It's a pretty solid default. Lagia goes towards the upper B tunnels, makes his way towards lower. And actually his teammates waiting towards the top of middle. Rushes go in, trying to work out if there's any sort of presence there from Alu. We know he has played towards mid before with mixed success. He's actually towards short this time. Not offensive, just looking for that first pick and could get it. Doesn't pull the trigger at the correct time. That's the full back at this point. This could be a chance for Godby to find that opening frag once again. Can't quite get it. Manages to get away as well.
Tabson waiting on Cat. With his teammates, trying to get up toward the position inside A site. Rain and Alu going to be the ones stacked against that. Remember, Jacob is always out toward long. He's the one that anchors the position, and it's an important one on retakes. Quite the stalemate we've got here, Henry. shootout. As Tabson's going to walk out toward mid. Molotov toward Firebox, as it's aptly named, but not smokes. In fact, they stack those in case anyone is there. They leave the gap open, though, and that allows Rain to take advantage of it. Sprays through. AZ's going to pop out from inside the B site, as to with Kerrigan. AZ's gone, but they've gotten a 4 versus 2 out of all of this, and Kerrigan's going to make it even better than that as he closes out on everybody. Another great round inside the site for him with an AWP, 3 in total.
Well, you could see it was quite a passive default there at the start from NRG, making their way towards short. Godby trying to take matters in his own hands. He looks like he's confident right now. Good flashes going to the A site. Can't find that kill on Ali, though, and they go for a pretty lackluster mid approach, I have to say. Didn't really get much done there. Didn't really get in towards the bomb site at all. Locked down from that double orb setup as well. Looked pretty comfortable for the CTs overall. FaZe Clan do take the first round here. Long take coming in. The Molotov doesn't land, though, so FaZe can actually try and retake this one. Flashes come in. Jacob looking like the first one to strike, but Legia gets a double kill. Both headshots. Here we go. 5 on 3 as he successfully takes over the long part of the map. Alu is still there with the orb, though, and the Molotov misses. Once again, it's not deep enough, so he can stay in the position of Car. And that's to their detriment. That's huge. In fact, he managed to stay alive here. They do shut him down. That should be the round, but that could have been really costly for them.
He's going to wait inside of the smoke. Peter thinks about watching the backside to make sure no one's going to wrap back in. Smart, because Kerrigan is here. And he's got an AWP spotted. Takes back the chance. If he could have found one, reset himself, it would have been possible as AZ gets positioned on top of the ramp. FaZe, if they can get 2 in a row, that would be something to marvel at, because we got a 1-1 split in the first overtime. Flash comes through, AZ looks away, no gap in the smoke, at least to the very side of it, and then the secondary flash is going to be timed with the bomb already crossed over. He won't be able to do anything about this. Nade up on top of the site. Legia is low, but he's not on the receiving end. In fact, Legia is all the way down toward the pit, so
indeed.
It's Kerrigan on AWP on Cat. If they pull this off, I'd be very impressed.
I don't think it's a possible outcome for them, to be fair. And there's one player that drops. It'll be Kerrigan getting one in return, trying to save his orb, but Legia's waiting on the other side. Doesn't matter, he's low HP against the orb. And we see Kerrigan's trying to sneak in here.
He's got a kit. Oh, okay, there it is, Tabson. He's got a kit. And there was low enough HP, and Tabson was the high HP player, so he stayed close to the bomb, but it could have been interesting if he caught one kill there.
Well, that ties things up at 1-1 once again. NRG managing to get Legia out and the long doors there. Double spray down. Like you said, Alu potentially could have been a thorn in their side with that missed Molotov, but not meant to be. Double upset to finish things off in the first half. And maybe the B rushed once again. They're setting up for it. It was powerful before, Matt. Can they prove some results here?
Shots coming through. AZ, Rain, and Kerrigan to follow it up. Now FaZe have something to roll with, but it's going to be Godby to take back the AWP. And Godby, oh, I thought Peter hit that shot. It is going to leave 3 alive. If that was a connection, then we had a massive rounds on our hands. And in fact, NRG would have been in control of it. They still are inside of the site with bomb going down. Molotov thrown to cover off anyone pushing the window immediately on the retake. And you have to put your attention slightly toward the tunnels right now, because coming in from that direction, it's Jacob. Flash in. He's going to be blinded up. Can't find the shot in return, but they're distracted. He's got the aggro, and that should let them in. Peter's held his composition to find one, but he's got to find a second, and Jacob's already there. It's going to be FaZe at least claiming the 2 versus 1, or rather the 2-1 scoreline in the second overtime.
Yeah, the B rush this time doesn't work out as well for them. They don't get those initial kills required. It's quite an equal exchange. Comes down to the 2-on-2, and FaZe managed to pick it up. Jacob and Ali working in tandem, and like you said, 2-1. We go to 2019. This is double overtime. You are just joining us after quite a stretched out game with all the pauses we had, but still been a very entertaining one. It's been quite a brawl here on Dust2, and that's why I like it so much. It's very different to every other map we have in the pool. It does provide you with more of an open playing field to just go with your gut instincts and try some experimental stuff out. Some highlights for me was the Molotov round towards City Spawn from Godby and Co. Like, was it 4 Molotovs and an incendiary as well to lock 3 players in City Spawn? I'm sure that's going to be on Reddit because it was so cool to watch. I'm sure it's already there.
It's probably already there. Buried by threads of complaints about timeouts.
Yeah, of course. Well, it'd be good to get some clarification if we are
we
wrong.
did. Flying DJ said it's 4 per game, not 2 per half. I always understood it, but it was explained to me going into New York by admins and players alike that it was 2 per half. Apparently that was never stated. I think it's the dumbest rule in the world if it's 4 in a single half. That's just too much. Breaks the flow of the game entirely, and I'm not for it, unfortunately. I don't get to say anything to Valve because very few people do, but it's, yeah, I'm in disagreement with that. I like the 4 30 seconds if it were 2 per half. Legia is going to take down Alu, start this round off. That does mean Alu's AWP is down and it's on to just AK-47s, but win this, win it all for FaZe. Sorry, get themselves on that point because it's double OT, so it'll be 22 to win it all.
Exactly.
My math failing me.
Well, so far it's NRG doing a good job to find that first frag. That was Legia having a great game so far. Really come to life here in the last 10 rounds or so. 29 kills. Towards shore they go, there will be FaZe, and they have got carrying on the AWP this time. Obviously, Alu's gone down. Not much separating these two teams. We've got the AWP towards the car area. It's going to be Peter waiting for them. As an execution is not really possible. They've got one smoke, a couple of Molotovs, and some flashbangs here. So the city's in a fantastic position to hold them off with the man advantage as well. The flashbangs come in, and who's going to be getting the next frag out?
Flashes in all directions. Rain's going to capitalize doubly so. Jacob now has to turn back and take off catwalk. Fast rotations come in, and Gobby and Fugly have capitalized tremendously on it. AZ now 1 versus 3, top of the site, smoke out. He's going to use that to get toward the goose position. Long is covered off by Fugly. Doesn't want to move too soon, give that away. Legia is on the op, and he's back out toward mid, just getting on the Xbox now, so they'll wait, they'll coordinate. They've got one kit, it's in Fugly's hands. Now that's the problem, he's out toward long, so he actually gets to advance in this. He can't just hold the angle, doesn't even matter. Gobby's going to hit it, and we go 20-20.
We do indeed. AZ there in the first overtime managed to go huge in the 2 versus 1. This one was a bit too much of a stretch. Nice smoke on the side there. You can see the idea using the step to try and see above it. Didn't quite get the angle he wanted, so he had to face it a bit of a wider angle there. Gets taken down. Definitely a player that could deliver in those situations, but unable to find the frags required here. 20-20. It certainly is going the distance here as we go into the next round. Double up setup still for the CTs. As it's round number 5 or 6. They're trying to keep track. I had to work it out quickly. And it will be Alu back on the AWP. He's in towards suicide for now. No rushes. Oh, okay, but Legia, he committed. I was just trying to work out who was committing from the CT side. It's certainly Legia. He goes towards top of mid by himself as well. It's an all-in play and one that does not pay off. He gets sent packing. And a 5-on-4 established for FaZe pretty early on in the round. They don't have to commit right now. Wait for the reactions. Dust2 is one of those maps. If you lose any sort of map control or possession, you need to be reclaiming something else. And we'll see what the reaction coming in from the CTs will be. As right now we'll set up in a 2 towards B and 2 on A. Separated from each other, I have to say.
Quite fastly separated indeed. Rain will start to work onto the catwalk position. The only one inside of the site to confront him is Tabson. Not that he's not worthy of a fight. 20 and 28 his score. There's massive scores on everybody here. Alu 33, 32 Gobby. Those are your cream of the crop. Nice shot from AZ as he takes down Fugly. That opens up long. Now Tabson's got real problems. And FaZe look very poised to take this site away. Kerrigan waiting bottom tunnels, is waiting for and hoping for rotation. And Tabson gone immediately. Not surprising with so many players coming in onto him. There it is, perfectly done from Kerrigan. Waits for exactly that push through the doorway, and Peter's now left in a 1 versus 5. I think, Henry, we're going to have a lead for FaZe to try and potentially wrap this up in the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And Manny's not going to be in a fantastic position. It was certainly enough to buy. But this round was looking almost a little bit too comfortable for FaZe there. With Legia pushing up top of mid by himself. Like I said, this is a big game for both teams, and in these situations you want to be throwing a spanner in the works every now and then. I'm not sure that one fit the socket though, because he got up there by himself and Alu was just waiting for him, and he ran into the crosshair, unfortunately. It's a nice idea. Unfortunately shut down, and at that point the round fell apart. So NRG going to the last one here. They said the money's okay. They've got a double up again set up, but it's going to be Gobby with the UMP. Some players have proven this event that that's not really a big deal. Nico especially has shown how deadly that can be in certain situations.
Do you remember the period in time about 6 months ago when Flusha was using that in gun rounds?
Yeah, well so was Nico today.
Trying to build, yeah, it's true, but he was buying it intentionally to build up money so he could drop for teammates. Legia missing 2 shots, that's crucial because they're in the site already, and Alu's got Legia down. Normally he's been good in those positions, but FaZe have the site. Do they have the game? That's the better question. 5 versus 3. Tabson's gonna pull one back. I'll watch for the bomb to go down, get planted. Minute 23, it's in AZ's hands. He's locked in closet. There's smokes at door. They can't get by. They don't have the information to do it safely. It gives Tabson a chance to try and think about going through the tunnels, but as soon as he does, the smoke is there, and as such, it's just a matter of waiting for those smokes to dissolve at the doorway.
Molotov does not actually land in the window there. That's actually kind of a big deal. That one's a bit more successful though. Deep, and it's going to be the T's pushing out, not even going for the bomb though. Fugly finds 2.
That's risky. This goes down to a 1 versus 2. They could have planted a lot sooner by throwing the bomb, potentially. They didn't want to take the risk, but AZ pushing out instead of taking the safe play leaves this as now a 1 versus 2. Kerrigan's not left the B site, and AZ, I think he's expecting Tabson to push through. AZ's gone to A, and Tabson's read this. He's in the open. If Tabson gets this kill, oh, he's made too much noise, and he gets caught. Kerrigan nails it. I don't even think he was sure when it went down at that point. He may have considered it to be B with that drop.
I think it was a safe play. It wasn't a short punt from AZ there. I don't think he had awareness there. It was an interesting decision to push out like that, but they win the game regardless. A great showing on Dust2 there. Some very exciting rounds and some interesting decisions from both sides, I have to say. But still, I liked it. It was a good game overall. And FaZe, we did expect them to be the stronger team going into this one, and I don't think that's fair. I think NRG put up a really good fight. Got B, especially Legia, players that maybe aren't as celebrated as some of the other big fraggers in the team, showing a great performance overall. And FaZe definitely didn't get through that one easily.
Not at all. And I mean, again, a long game, double overtime. FaZe were the favorites, but you highlighted it very well. NRG played extremely well, and well, we had a long game as well because we had a lot of in-between. I know our analysts have been standing by for quite some time. I don't know if they're 100% ready. They may have fallen asleep at the desk, but we'll see if they're still awake. Alex, please let us know.
It doesn't get easier for NRG as they have it taken away from them in overtime. FaZe, through thick and thin, do close things out. Some questionable decisions that I'll be dissecting with my friends here on the desk. Of course, Jad Birchall and YNK standing by with me. I think the first thing we have to acknowledge is that NRG have fallen again after holding the lead, and of course, and then getting so close yet so far, pushing another T1 opposition. First, we saw it versus NIP, now we see it versus FaZe, and I mean, admittedly, it didn't look like their chances for getting out of the group stage were high. In fact, they were incrementally minimal. However, there's not much worse of a loss you can concede like that, Yenko.
Yes, Alex. This game reminded me of college a little bit. Just a string of bad decisions, one after another, pretty much. Good game for Henry, of course, in the end, but for me a bit questionable. I think that last round depicted it perfectly. 4 players in the B bomb site. Let's not plant the bomb. Let's try and go towards the A bomb site.
I didn't get that. It's one of the hardest bomb sites to retake once you've got it. You have 4 players in there in a 4v3 situation and push out the doors.
Right. Okay. So you know what? Before we dissect any further, maybe Kerrigan can tell us why. He is on the stage. Kerrigan, why did you guys not plant on B? Maybe you and Bia can answer that question for us.
Kerrigan, after losing twice, you played really well against Dig, NRG in this tie match decided in overtime. How was it?
It was an exhausting match. I mean, NRG played really well, and they show also how good team they are when they played against NIP. So I'm just happy we came on top and we're still alive in the tournament. So yeah.
And to be alive in the competition, the only option is win. How do you handle the pressure?
It's going to be a tough match against NIP, so we just have to play our own game and learn from mistakes. We did a lot of mistakes this match, so let's just learn from it and keep on be positive. That's the only thing we can do right now.
Thank you and good luck. Alex.
Thank you, Bia. Awesome stuff. So, Kerrigan. Yenko just told the best joke. Oh,
he's a funny man.
This guy. Yeah. Honestly, he's funnier when the mics are off. So
resident sleeper when they're on.
That's right. The discussion. Yeah, you're definitely a cap of pride when they're off. But we do need to start talking about the fact that.
Why are they whistling at us?
I don't know. Is this us? Do we just look really good today?
I know we're handsome.
Definitely not, Alex.
Just for us?
Definitely not.
Thank you.
There you go. They're up and about.
These guys are charmers.
So I'm going to theorize why they made that really bad decision.
Okay, go.
They wanted to go to another overtime.
It's all about the overtime.
Thankfully, that didn't happen. But yeah, the only thing that would come, that would make sense was some bad comms saying that all of the players are tunnels. So let's just why don't. But still, I mean, still it's a questionable decision.
It truly is. But 22-20. The decision we were talking about, by the way, it's only one round of the many. Let's not forget there was a whole lot more gameplay, and actually there was some positives to both sides. Admittedly, yes, it was a little scrappy. One of the positives highlighted by the casters was that a real solid performance from someone that wasn't Tabson. Tabson, yes, maybe at the top of the scoreboard, but Legia pulling his weight with all rifle. NRG do have some. Why are you pulling a funny face?
Tabs, you meant Gobby.
No, Legia was 29 frags alongside Godby.
Yes. But you
Oh,
said
I'm sorry.
Tabson.
As in, basically someone other than Tabson was performing.
Okay.
What the
I
point was trying to
understood.
make. Yeah,
Sorry.
you did. Okay.
It's English second language.
It's okay. SK are on the stage.
So about NRG in that game, Alex, I think it was super interesting how Gobby took matters into his own hands like a true captain and leader and decided, yes, I am going to take cat control by
Didn't he?
myself
Yeah.
and win us this game. Managed to do it one time on B, one time on cat, third time got killed by Alu, round lost of course. Dreams shattered.
These
Let's
are
go
the
home.
risks. These are the risks in-game leaders take, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did kind of take the ball by the horns in
Yeah.
those last couple of rounds, deciding that he was not done just yet. What have we learned then from NRG's performance across the tournament? Because this is it. I mean, that's kind of, we're waving goodbye to them now. We will not be seeing them progress to the playoffs. Admittedly, they do have got another game to play. But what can we take away?
They have problems finishing.
Finishing, yeah.
Yeah, I know those feelings.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I noticed, and this is from a perspective, I had issues with this as a player. It's very emotional, and you see it on Tabson. The way that he was playing, he was just putting his hands on his head, you know, the way that he was reacting after he died in certain situations, or the team losing situations that they shouldn't. It's off-putting for the people sitting around you, and my teammates told me, you know, you have to stop doing it, you have to try and control it and stuff. And I don't like when Happy just does this one. But if Happy is just going to do this one instead of like throwing his arms about and throwing, you know, his headset around and stuff, that's much better than you know, being a distraction and potentially bringing the mood of your team down. So that's just one thing that, you know, it's not like emotional players. I want to see people invested. I was hugely invested and I was hugely emotional. But if it's bringing like the team, I don't know what kind of impact it has. This is me just speculating and talking about my experiences.
It's our job.
It's not usually a good thing. When you're winning and somebody's getting hype and they're getting all excited and yelling like an idiot like I used to, awesome. It lifts the whole team. But these are the highs and lows of it, and there's pros and cons, and you need to know when to just calm it down.
Okay. Yeah, I know. If we were talking for longer, I would ask you whether you can have the highs without the lows. Can you be the cheering, loud, yes, we're winning rounds, but then when you stop losing, that absence of that, do you not feel that can also...
I think you can. It depends on how like nervous, I suppose, you are about the situation and how badly you want it. If you have a coach behind you keeping one of the like looking after that player, keeping them level-headed, then it seems a bit easier to deal with and mitigate.
Well, there's no doubt there is going to be a whole lot of hollering and loud noise coming into this next game because, yes, you can see they have walked onto the stage and the crowd erupted. Just because they're here, it's going to be SK who are going to be doing battle versus Dignitas. This is going to probably be the game of the day. A lot to look forward to. Dignitas looking phenomenal. One of the teams to be keeping your eye on as the months do go on. And, of course, SK standing in their way to defend their honor after falling short just a while ago in Russia. If you want to understand exactly what did happen at Epicenter or what's happened in this tournament as well, you can be sure to check it out over on the Score Esports application. It helps you keep track of every CS event under the sun, all the good stuff there, including stats, news, and even articles on teams that have been eliminated, reflecting upon how they did concede those losses. So you go check that out, and when we do come back, we're going to be talking SK Dig. It's going to be a good one. You do not want to miss this.